Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about to start our day is the breaking news that Trump is now allowed to be on the Michigan Republican ballot. The whole allowed thing, yeah, that's a situation. But what I want to focus on is the correlation between the gun rights fight of what we always deal with on this channel together, with the different court levels, different state levels, different circuit, all the things that we do on a daily basis, it seems. The general population is starting to experience the exact same thing, and they can learn a thing or three from the gunfight of which we've been dealing with for the past decades. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear from you guys on this one, because this one, I have a feeling, is going to elicit some pretty strong responses. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And on a personal note, you guys, thank you so much for adopting the new shirts that we released. We've got Restraining the Rights of the Legal Enhances the Power of the Criminal. We have Culture Warrior 2A Division. You guys are loving it. The feedback has been amazing. There's a link right down there if you guys want to get one yourself, and they'll be on the screen during this different points of this video. But thank you for supporting that as we drive the rights forward every single day. But with that said, let me start by saying I'm not endorsing Trump. I'm not endorsing Trump. This video is actually focused on Trump, but it's not about Trump. This is about the system and how everything that is occurring is not foreign territory to gun rights advocates, but to the general population. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? They can learn something from us. Check this out. Let me show you what's going on, and then we'll work our way through it. I got 4 clips for you. You're going to love every second of this.
Some breaking news just into us. The Michigan Supreme Court has ruled that Donald Trump will remain on the Republican primary ballot. Obviously, a significant decision here. People have been waiting to see, given the news last week that the Colorado Supreme Court, in a 4-3 vote, voted that he should not appear on the Republican primary ballots.
Okay. The idea that we're talking around the fact that a candidate for one of the main 2 parties is going to either be allowed or not allowed on ballots based off of political persecution, because let's face it, the guy has been politically persecuted. Whether you're for him or you're against him, I'm not saying that. But you cannot look at the past 3 years and tell me that this guy was not directly targeted because of political purposes. You can't. He's been impeached twice. They tried to impeach him a 3rd time. He's been attempted to be arrested. He's attempted to be in trial. He's been raided. He's been under lawsuits. AGs have come after him for multiple different reasons. Every possible angle they can come after this guy, they're coming after this guy. Legitimately, that's the entire point. Now, as we go into this, listen to what this next guy says. This is going to boggle your mind, because this intrigues me here.
Scholars have been split as to whether or not that should keep him from these ballots here. And we're seeing that now play out in the states. Colorado, at least for now, has him off the ballot. Now Michigan says he can stay on. And we know the Supreme Court likely will end up with that Colorado case at some point down the road. But, you know, whether or not this holds, the politics of this are also very, very tricky. There are some Democrats who say, look, you know, Trump should be held accountable for inspiring an insurrection. That's what the amendment is about to the Constitution. Therefore, he shouldn't be able to regain office. He shouldn't be on the ballot. But other Democrats think this is just simply playing into Trump's hands. And this seems like a legal bank shot that actually makes him only politically stronger, that it fuels his arguments, as nonsensical as they are, that the deep state is trying to hold him down. And what have we seen since the Colorado case? All of these Republicans, including those who are trying to beat him in the Republican primaries, rallying to his defense. So he has only grown stronger from that. I think there are some Democrats, frankly, who probably are breathing a sigh of relief that he won't be kicked off at least this other state's ballot.
Okay. So this is the part where we start to correlate between our gun rights fight that we always talk about and the Trump fight that's happening right here. This guy literally just said, as nonsensical as it is, the argument that he's being attacked is just a simple farce. Anybody with eyes can see he's being attacked. You can agree with him or you can disagree with him. But the point is, you can tell he's obviously being attacked. You had Colorado, which is liberally appointed, run by the left, determined that a political opponent can't be on a ballot in Colorado. Then you have Michigan that comes out and says, no, he can be on the ballot. You can't do that. You've got differing opinions. And this is where you start to come into the commonality between the gun rights fight and the population. If you're not familiar with this, in the gun rights world, we've been dealing with state Supreme Court, circuit court, district court. All of them have contrary opinions. It's across a mixed match of different circuits. You've got Ninth Circuit, Second Circuit, Seventh, Sixth, Fifth. You've got all these different rulings. You've got state level courts. You've got state Supreme Courts. All of these things are always going against our gun rights the exact same way. Like, for example, you'd have something that says perfectly fine and constitutional in California to have an AR ban, and then in Louisiana it says it's not constitutional. You've got 18 to 21-year-olds can or can't buy guns, differing opinions in Virginia versus California. Like, all sorts of these things are the exact same scenario, only this time it's with Trump. We're seeing the exact same systems play out. That's why I think we can bring a lot of light to this. But let's continue, because it's only making Trump stronger, just like it makes our gun rights stronger, because the perception of attacking it is the exact same perception that they're saying doesn't exist with Trump. You guys starting to see these lines crossing? Let me know if I landed this plane. Let's get the third clip.
Yeah, I mean, this just emphasizes why the Supreme Court is likely to take it up, right? You can't have different interpretations of the federal Constitution in different states without, some serious credibility issues. Why would the Constitution mean one thing in Colorado and mean another thing in Michigan? That's why people look to the Supreme Court to tell us what the Constitution means here.
Ding, ding, ding. You can't have differing opinions about what the Constitution says across different states and different circuits. Does this sound at all familiar, like something we deal with all the time? Now I'm going to bring in the AR ban from Illinois. There was a lot of consternation around the Seventh Circuit saying it was constitutional. Supreme Court declined to get involved. Maybe it has something to do with this, where there's not multiple states in conflict or multiple circuits in conflict for the Supreme Court not to act. Like he just said, there's a credibility issue if you have two states and two circuits saying different things, then the Supreme Court needs to be involved. If you have one state and one circuit saying the same thing, that's a little bit different. This guy just articulated our gunfight actually pretty clearly on MSNBC around what we deal with consistently. And now this last piece, again, it's about perception and talk about the gun rights fight versus gun control. You're not being attacked. We love the Second Amendment, but we're all hunters, but all of these commonalities to what they're doing to Trump. Check this out. Fourth clip.
What does this tell the electorate? Does this play into his hands by saying, see, they don't want you, the voters, to have a chance to decide this election? And a lot of Democrats think that Donald Trump is better beaten at the ballot box than beaten through the court system, because then it removes that sort of legitimacy that he's seeking from a new vote electing him to the presidency.
Yeah, it is better to beat him politically because it doesn't have the air of you manipulating the political system by liberal appointed judges enacting a liberal benefiting policy. And then you have Michigan over here doing an opposite one. It smokes of complete manipulation. That's the entire point. Now go into the gun rights fight. All of these things, if you take out Trump's name and what we just showed you, all four clips, and you put in gun rights, it's interchangeable. They're trying to take the gun rights the exact same way because you can't be treated, you can't be responsible. So we're just going to take him away through the court system or through the legislative system or through the executive action system. The entire point is the commonalities between what they're doing to Trump and what they're doing to our gun rights is almost exactly the same. One's much more high profile and broad-based and one's much more specialized. But the thing is the same, and that's why I did this video. Let me know if I landed this plane, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.